thing they hear. Hi guys, Shanti here, and welcome to another Friday video. This Friday, it's gonna be a story time video, but this video is gonna be like 3 story times in one, and they're all about traumatic experiences that have happened to me at like past school grades. Like not in high school, but middle school, elementary school, and preschool. So let's get started with this video because it's a weird one. So the first traumatic experience that I had was when I was 4 and I was in preschool, and it was the day that I was supposed to go to Disney World. Like I was going to preschool, and then as soon as I got out of preschool, my parents would pick me up and we would go to Disney World. And I was super excited, and I was just like running around playing in the playground with my friends, and I was just like, yes, Disney, yes. And so I was just playing around, and then we liked to, like, we were on the monkey bars, and I loved climbing the monkey bars. So I was going on the monkey bars, and then I like let go and I fall like flat on my face. Why do I do this? I fall like flat on my face on the monkey bars, like on the floor, and that hurt, yes, but it did not hurt as much as when this girl that was like my age or older falls flat on my back. She falls flat on my back, like on top of me. So I was getting up, I was getting up to get, like, I was crying already, so I was getting up to go to like my teacher and say like, hey, I fell, but then this girl flattened me even more. So I was just like I couldn't speak. And apparently like the teachers told my parents that like my nose was bleeding and that like my lip was bleeding and like everything was just bleeding. And I remember going into the bathroom with my teacher and just seeing like blood all over my face, and I was like, at that point I just started crying. I was like freaking out. Like, I hate blood. Like, I can never be a doctor. Blood like freaks me out. Like, no. But I was just crying. So then my parents called me, and like they calmed me down. They're like, oh, don't worry, we're still going to Disney World. You're gonna be fine. You're gonna have fun. And I was just like, okay, like just nodding because it hurt so bad. And but yeah, that's my first story. My second story actually happened with my best friend Cami, and we were in the 3rd grade, and we were just chilling. We were learning multiplication, and we were just chilling. We were like relaxing. It was a normal like 3rd grade morning. All of a sudden, we just hear like a bang and on the window. So I was just like, what's going on? So everyone just looks up, and there's a bird everywhere on our window. It was like its beak was somewhere, and then its wings were somewhere else, and like there was blood all over the window. And my teacher immediately like shut the curtains, and she's like, nope, you're not gonna see that. But the image was stuck in our heads. It was too late. The image was already there, and it's not going anywhere. It still hasn't gone away. Like, we're just 3rd graders. We're like 8 or 9 at this point, and we just witnessed like a bird commit suicide on our window. Like, why though? When we went down to go to recess, we saw the maintenance men cleaning the bird up, like the remainings of the bird that had fallen onto the floor of like onto the grass outside. So that was kind of traumatic for me. Traumatic story number 2. And traumatic story number 3. Now this wasn't really like physically traumatic for me or like mentally more than, it was just so interesting. Like, this wasn't just one occurrence. This was like throughout the year. I was just traumatized by this one teacher. Like, okay, it was 6th grade, and if my friends are watching this and they went to my middle school, then they are gonna know exactly who this teacher is. But I'm just gonna name her Mrs. X. So, Miss X, actually, she wasn't even married because she's freaking psycho. Miss X was our health teacher, which is very ironic because she was quite the opposite. Quite the opposite. So, Miss X, basically, the entire year, we do nothing in her class. Like, she has this one project, and that project is to share, like, something about ourselves, like, make a little poster resembling who we are, and I love those types of projects. Like, I love, like, being arts and craftsy. Like, it's fun for me, so I was, like, sharing, and then a bunch of people, like, shared, and at every person, she would start crying. Like, every time someone shared, she'd just be like, "You're such a magnificent soul." And she would just cry. She would just cry, and we're just like, thank you so much. Like, this woman will just cry after every presentation, and we just have to be like, okay. So, that was like one thing that she did. The second thing that she did was she would eat mayonnaise every day. And you might think like, oh, this isn't weird, like people eat mayonnaise all the time. No. She had a jar under her desk, and while we were doing whatever we were doing, because we never did work in her class, while we were doing that, she was just eating the mayonnaise like it was nothing, like it was soup. She would just eat the mayonnaise and then she'd fall asleep. Like, she'd just fall asleep. Like, we could have died. Like, one of the children could have just like collapsed and she would have just been asleep. And she always had this thing, because her portable was located right outside of the PE like area, like the tracks and stuff, and right next to the tracks, which I found really stupid, because why would you put this next to the tracks? There was like an owl's nest that we had made like as a school to keep some owls safe, and so that owl's nest was there, and anytime that my teacher would hear someone even approaching the owl's nest, she would run outside and she'd just scream at them. She would just absolutely like scream like, "What are you doing? Like, don't you get it? They are animals, you cannot hurt them." And I'm just like, okay lady, like, yeah, protect the animals, but don't scar like 11-year-olds while you're at it. Like, it turns out that my teacher would go on in life to get arrested for beating her mother. She beat her mother, and this lady is like 70 something, no, not even 60 something, but she looks way older than that, and she beat her mother and went to jail. So that was my health teacher, everyone. But anyway, guys, those are my 3 sort of traumatizing school experiences that I've had in preschool, elementary, and middle school. There are so many like scarring stories in high school. Like, people are weird, man. Like, and if you want to hear those, then give this video a big thumbs up and subscribe if you have not already. And I hope you have a lovely weekend and a lovely rest of the day, and I love you very, very much, and I will see you next Friday with a brand new video. Bye!